and welcome back to the Wirral podcast, where each episode we talk about something, a difference, history, or an event that's happening on the peninsula. And this week is no different, as we are talking about the dungeons. Yes, just by the Dee estuary, the dungeon is actually located between Heswall and Thurston, and it covers an area of approximately 9¼ acres. To the northwest of the valley there's a small area of heathland which offers excellent views across the estuary to North Wales. This site was notified in 1988 due to its geological features which show the Tarporley Siltstone Formation and the Mercia Mudstone Group. A walk through the dungeon shows off some surprisingly varied lands, with walks through lanes that sit deep between hedgerows of hawthorn, blackthorn, bramble and other species. Birdwatching is also extremely popular around here, and locals come to watch nesting birds such as whitethroat, fieldfare, redwing, drakes, swans, harriers, kingfishers, sandpipers, red-throat divers, razorbills and waxwings, who are spotted throughout the year. A walk here will also take you through the area of Low Heathland, where you might see short-eared owls as well as lizards and small mammals such as stoats. There are hidden dells and waterfalls to discover along the way in the dungeon, Heswall's steep-sided stream valley. In addition, the dungeon also consists of many varying interesting landforms. The 4-mile walk that you can take around here will reveal an array of distinct and unique geological features. Rock forms litter the route, as do small craters, ponds, cliffs, streams and caves. The walk that you can take round takes you to an altitude of 95 metres, or 300 foot above sea level. This is not the highest point on the peninsula. That is down at Pole Hill, down in Heswall itself, close to Pensby. But the dungeon is best reached from Wirral Country Park at Thurston, where there's lots of parking and a visitor centre, toilet box and refreshments. From here you can take the circular walk along the Wirral Way, up through the dungeon, onto the footpath to Thurston Village. From the village you can return to the visitor centre via Station Road. The dungeon also has a small sheltered woodland, oak scrub and heathland. The sheltered area of woodland in the stream valley contains a variety of mature trees, oak, elm, beech, sycamore and alder. They provide shelter for insects and woodland birds such as the tawny owl. Higher up the valley, the elderwood floor is carpeted with bluebells, especially in spring, and a shepherd's purse in the summer. The low heathland to the northwest of the valley suffers from exposure from the salt-laden estuary winds. The stunted oak and pine exists in more sheltered areas. On the top, bracken and small patches of heather do flourish. The heath is used by foxes who take advantage of the bracken and bramble for cover. On the Tithe Maps website, this is also marked as foxholes, indicating this area has always been frequented by foxes. Due to its exposed side, the thin soils, the heath has never been developed for an agricultural site. The bracken gives good cover though for small mammals and lizards. The Triassic system of rocks, which was laid down across the Wirral 230 million years ago, can be seen in the outcrops and the steep-sided streams of the dungeon. This rock system is made up of the Tarporley Siltstone Formation we mentioned before. As you enter the valley, the fault can be seen from the steep part of the valley as it becomes narrower. The fault can be best seen by walking up the stream for 10 or 15 feet from the onset of the steep sides. Here the siltstone is faulted against the older Wimslow Sand Formation. The rocks in the stream are very often slippy, so take care if you are to walk on them. So this could be a feature of a future video that we could shoot down there of the dungeon in Heswall.